A big night for Northern Ireland and an equally important occasion for Portugal here at Windsor Park. The destiny of both these teams will be decided and could well have a bearing what happens here tonight, what will unfold. The Portuguese in particular, of course, top of the group, Group F, in the qualifying campaign. That man, Cristiano Ronaldo, doubtful a little earlier in the day as to whether he was going to play here tonight, but thankfully for the crowd and for everybody here, one of the greatest footballers on the planet these days is alive and well and about to strut his stuff at Windsor Park. And of course, a great occasion here a few short weeks ago when Northern Ireland took a famous scalp, that of Russia. And the Russians in this group were ranked as favourites to win the group, but Portugal have just got the edge on them at the moment. Portuguese top in the group and the Russians breathing down the neck. So that's why I say it is important for Portugal to get a positive result here tonight. And certainly those players will be well aware of what's demanded of them, because they all want to go and participate in a World Cup finals in Brazil. As ever, the cameras and the attention is on this man, the Real Madrid superstar, the man who cost a world record amount of money before last week, that is, when Gareth Bale, the Welsh international, topped that by going to Madrid for an exorbitant fee, it would seem. But that is the state of football, and what the market will bear. Charles standing to the right there, very, very experienced player. Manchester United indeed tried to get him before the transfer window closed last weekend, but the business wasn't done in the end, and well, Courtois, a very experienced left back, still a Real Madrid player. You can hear the local crowd, a few little jeers as Ronaldo's name is announced. But wherever he goes, this man is in the spotlight, and with very good reason. The players making their, the captains, that is, their fair play statements.
We adhere to this fair play slogan and say, my game is fair play.
And now we have a technical problem, it seems. Even one of the world's best players needs a microphone to work now and again. But at least he can see the funny side of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be outstanding for the national anthem of Portugal. The national anthem of Northern Ireland.
We're beginning to build, and a little pocket of Portuguese fans who have travelled here from all over the island of Ireland. A lot of them coming up from the south where they live and work to support their native team. A rare opportunity to see their team, and they're certainly looking forward to the Northern Ireland support as ever, backing Michael O'Neill's team. It's going to be an interesting contest, as Portugal know they're in for a bit of a game here, even though on paper they would be favourites before a ball is kicked. But Russia thought that way, and when they came here with their manager Fabio Capello just a few short weeks ago, and Northern Ireland turned that one on its head, and it certainly is an event to savour. A lot of experience in the Northern Ireland ranks, but they're going to need that traditional work ethic they have, where they may lack perhaps in the out-and-out skill. They make up for in heart, endeavour and work rate, and they're going to have to go some tonight to match the Portuguese. And Northern Ireland is breaking away to the left of the halfway line. Our referee tonight is Danny Akeli from the Netherlands. He's a 30-year-old policeman by trade. He's had the FIFA badge since 2011, so one of the younger breed of referees. And he'll be important as to how he interprets the rules in this game tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's scored hatfuls of goals, bucketfuls of goals for his club Real Madrid last season, but the goals have been few and far between for him in this particular qualifying campaign. Maybe he can improve the odds tonight. Northern Ireland starting out here tonight with three of the back four that played in a famous win over Russia a few weeks ago missing, and Gareth McCauley, the only survivor from that back four. So Michael O'Neill's have to reshuffle his pack. He's also resisted the temptation to start the fit again Kyle Lafferty, who now plays his club football with Palermo in the Italian leagues. He's resisted putting him in and kept faith with Martin Patterson to score the winning goal against Russia, and his partnership with Derby's Jamie Ward. They were looking for them to provide the firearm power. Ronaldo, of course, always a talisman of Portuguese football, and leads wise. And there is Patterson, the hero from a few short weeks ago. Martin Patterson, 26-year-old, now at Huddersfield Town, been around a few clubs in his time, but another man who's a natural goal scorer. And there we go then, Northern Ireland getting us underway, playing from left to right. A big night for them as they decide to go long and try and put that Portuguese rig out under some sort of pressure early on. Portugal will get the ball down and knock it around. Helder Postiga just trying to lay it off. Back at the continue. Portugal will do this all night, just move the ball quickly, change direction. That was meant for Quan Traun, but easily cut out by Niall McGinn for Northern Ireland. Portugal again. Veloso just laying it off. Portugal with just getting a tentative feel of the ball in the early stages of the game, the opening minutes. Northern Ireland want to start off as the home side like an express train. Here's Quan Traun off on the overlap, which he loves to do, attacking wing back. Ronaldo on his near flank at the moment, and decent block put in there for Northern Ireland from Oliver Norwood. Ronaldo wanted to take the throw quickly. Fabio Quan Traun to Morelos. He is taken out of it unceremoniously there by Norwood. He's really psyched up for this one. Quan Traun trying to put the Northern Ireland defender under pressure. And Lee Hudson sticking to his task well. Standing up to the pressure put on him there by the Portuguese wing back. Portugal have the throw. It's 12 yards or so out from goal. Those famous red shirts of the Selección de Portugal. Getting by the ball, almost breaking, but swept away again by Norwood's boot. Portugal have it again. To exert that pressure, Pereira. Flag at Northern Ireland. He's now so good at digging in. Stephen Davis, the captain, can't keep the ball, and it's advantage Portugal once more. Davis will lead by example, the Northern Ireland captain. They conceded an early goal, that's for sure. Pereira, quick throw for Portugal this time. Ronaldo just backing on from central midfield at the moment. Portugal working the ball across. Trying to exert some pressure, but they've been forced back again. Veloso forced to cut it all the way back. And here he is again. Looking for an out ball. Runs it on that far side, and Bruno goes long with this one. Quan Traun up again from full back. Ronaldo. Morelos, he can hit them from distance. Didn't quite catch that one, but effectively blocked in the end. McCauley. But Portugal come again in a second wave with the ball overhit. Goal kick, Northern Ireland. Carroll, at the veteran stage of his career these times, 35 years of age now, applying his trade in the Greek leagues at Olympiacos. Hudson's header was easily cut out to Morelos. Knocks it long once more, and that's awkwardly coming down for Gareth McCauley. He's pushed off it, and the Dutch referee agrees and gives the free kick to McCauley and Northern Ireland. Postiga putting him under pressure, and a fairly obvious elbow right in the middle of the back. Postiga, the top goal scorer for Portugal in this campaign. They go along, Pepe has to control it. Pereira, Pepe again linking up well. Again they switched to this flank, or tried to at least, but it was well read and cut out. Certainly Lyon again doing well. Ball over the top for Patterson to chase. It's an interesting opening of the game because it's swinging from one end to the other. Portugal enjoying most of the possession, but Northern Ireland forcing them back when they can. Patricio, the Portuguese goalkeeper. Bruno Alves. Pepe on the far side, and Pereira out on that far flank. Ronaldo coming looking for the ball, doesn't come his way. Again, the long ball hit over the top of the Portuguese defenders. Northern Ireland, Patterson in particular, loves running onto those. And he's done very well as Patterson. Northern Ireland really have to put some pressure on the visiting defence, but Portugal stand the ground. Isn't quite going well to the liking of Cristiano Ronaldo at the moment. Raking ball this time. Northern Ireland trying to stretch that line of red defence. And this is Tunney, the goalkeeper. So they have their work cut out from the back line of defenders for Portugal. So they won't be fazed by that. Contral. Alves and Contral linking well. Two very experienced campaigners. There's the star man. He's making a bit of room for himself. Contral again. Morelos. Raking pass for Morelos, almost set. Pin perfect in its accuracy there. Farinha trying to control it, but again dwelling on the ball, and Northern Ireland get in and break up the play, and Jamie Ward sending the ball for Patterson to chase again. Patterson making a real nuisance of himself, and again he's won a throw. Good pressure from Northern Ireland there. That's why he's in the starting lineup tonight, Martin Patterson. The referee showing yellow there. Pepe, there's a bit of a volatile customer at the best of times, gets a booking with the Dutch referee. And again trying to create something on that left-hand side. Goalkeeper and defender in a bit of a mess, but coolly done in the end, it has to be said, by playing the ball out again. And this time Portugal decide to go long to relieve the pressure on their defence. Collision of green and red. And eventually McCauley takes charge of things, works the ball up. They can't keep it in play again. That's just, they haven't been able to hold on to the ball for long enough, Northern Ireland. And you could say the same of Portugal. It's been a little bit scrappy this game so far. The referee lays play on. Portugal and Postiga looking for a free kick. Wasn't forthcoming from the Dutch referee. Northern Ireland again with that long ball way over the top, and Pepe having to read it well. Morelos can't get his pass away though. Northern Ireland really are getting in among them as they promised to do. Stephen Davis, the captain, out wide right this time to begin. Former Derry City player twisting, turning his man Quantrown, but couldn't wrap his foot around that cross and harmlessly wide. That should be a good battle tonight. This Quantrown is a very experienced defender in that left back position. Again, they'll need to see the ball worked up again. Northern pick up the pieces. Patterson is ever willing to run and chase down and hunt down any opportunity. Bruno Alves picks out Quantrown again on this near side. Again, Northern Ireland, McGinn full of it and takes it off the Real Madrid player. This is good for Northern Ireland. Shane Ferguson on that left-hand side. This is Chris Brunt. And they really to create something here. Jamie Ward just could control it. Good build-up play from Northern Ireland. Johnny Evans. That's a decent ball as well. Ward hunting that one down, and he's won a corner. So Northern Ireland's effort and tenacity paying off with their first corner of the evening. This way they could have an advantage. They've got plenty of height in the team, and the likes of Johnny Evans, Gareth McCauley, and Chris Brunt, all pretty handy in the air. Evans is lingering on the ball, comes in at pace. Portugal trying to defend it. It's scrappy, it's all over the place, really pinball really, but eventually hooked clear. Hudson again for Northern Ireland to restart the attack, but he's overhit that one. But Northern Ireland going in confidence. And of course, taking a lot of confidence from that tremendous result against Russia a few short weeks ago, and that rearranged fixture originally had to be cancelled because of snow here in Belfast way back when. But Northern Ireland still in fighting spirit. And wishing to end their home campaign some sort of style here. Another victory. Chris Brunt laying one up the line. Ward the winning runner this time, but ball comes back, and that's a free kick to Northern Ireland. Portugal is a little uneasy. João Pereira not happy again with the referee, but the official from the Netherlands really up with the play. And Northern Ireland another opportunity now from a set piece. Interestingly, possession has been mostly Portugal's, but it's Northern Ireland who are the stronger at the moment and the more forceful. Just need a better final ball into that penalty area. Brunt with a free kick, keeper coming all the way, and the keeper eventually gets the nod and the decision from the referee. And it was that man, Gareth McCauley, 6'3" of him. West Brom defender up there. I think he maybe handled that ball, did he, in his efforts to get there ahead of Rui Patricio. Anyway, doesn't change anything. Free kick to Portugal quickly taken. Bruno Alves. Pepe on the far side, a Brazilian-born player, just like Deco, who used to play for Portugal in midfield. João Pereira falls back again, leads it out ball to Russell, and all the way across to Bruno Alves on this centre circle side. Quantrown has made a run right down the line. It's almost like tram lines for him. He hugs that line. This is Morelos. Portugal not finding their men accurately enough. And it must be a source of frustration to the likes of Ronaldo. And Northern Ireland again, and Ward. He's a tricky customer. He's full of running and trickery. Shane Ferguson hunting the ball down. And a big clash there. Both of them getting stuck into that one to keep possession of the ball. But it's Portugal to come away with it. Ronaldo trying to break through the middle of midfield. The ball again is overhit. That's been Portugal's problem tonight. Niall McGinn controlling it for Northern Ireland. Now he's giving it away. Morelos instead. Quantrown. Ronaldo trying to get away. Look at tenacity there in the challenge from Stephen Davis, the Northern Ireland captain. Now they've got to dig out there from a teammate. Trying to move forward again, and McGinn once more for Northern Ireland. Lovely change of direction by him, but he's outnumbered, and Quantraun comes away with the ball once more. Fabio Quantraun taking on the Northern Ireland defence once more. He's been forced out, and in the end he has to settle for a throw. Good solid defending there from Lee Hodson. And for a change, it's an opportunity for Portugal now, deep in Northern Ireland territory. Quantraun again is closed down, and clever enough was the play from McGinn there to win the throw for Northern Ireland, right by his own corner flag. McGinn is a talented player, was obvious in his days in the League of Ireland with Derry City. Northern Ireland making progress up to their side. This man is not too happy at the moment. Another run across the halfway point. Portugal building on the far side again. There's Ronaldo. Pereira back. Back to Pepe. Valdez will be the target, and Judy receives the ball. Once more. Just laying it off for Ronaldo. Step over the ball. Just getting in, snapping away at his heels, the Portuguese captain. But he expects, I suppose, that with the reputation he comes with everywhere he plays. Cristiano Ronaldo. And the referee going across to the world, a bit of a late challenge going in. Portugal with another free kick. Portugal plenty of red shirts forward now in around the edge of that Northern Ireland penalty area. Off it in, the snap header was quick, flashed in, but they had a Bruno Alves. And really some pace on that from him. He just swiveled his neck. And I think hit in at pace. And Roy Carroll was scampering across, probably had it covered, but it was a close call nonetheless. Strong player playing in Fenerbahce these days in Turkey. But Elish controlled the header, got to block the ball okay. The former Chelsea man. This probably is Portugal's strongest team. Maybe that is an arguable point because they have had some experienced campaigners on the bench, including Nani. Add to the equation if they need to. Northern Ireland with a throw in a promising position. Lee Hobson, what a needy for him. Standing up right back, just 21 years of age, and plying his trade with MK Dons. Here he's up against one of the elite teams of Europe. Fortunately again, Quantraun has to dig deep. Gets it away. Postiga trying to feed it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo goes down, but he managed to get the ball to a teammate. So he's putting a shift in, as they say. Quantraun again. Forced and harried Northern Ireland, doubling up on them. And again, he's been a real live wire time again. He's got himself the advantage again from the Dutch referee. So it really is a spirited performance from the likes of McGinn and Stephen Davis, the Northern Ireland captain in that midfield sector. That's what they're going to have to keep doing. Again, it's out, and again, it's Northern Ireland's ball. As the rain finally begins to fall in South Belfast. It's been threatening to for several hours, and the forecast indeed was for heavy showers, so Will this make a difference to the game? Up to the long one across. There's a bit too much on it. And Portugal shepherd the ball out of play at the expense of another throw. Chris Brunt is back following suspension for this game, and he's a very, very important player for Northern Ireland. West Bromwich man now with the long throw into that penalty box. The referee saw something, and the free kick has gone to Portugal. Northern Ireland giving a fair old account of themselves, and he'll be pleased. Michael O'Neill, one-time Shamrock Rovers manager, of course played himself for Northern Ireland and for Newcastle among his clubs. His first win as an international manager last month against Russia. So very pleased with the performance he's getting from these players. Bruno Alves, forward again. Postiga. Again, it's Portugal need to control that final ball when it comes their way in a threatening position. Johnny Evans enjoying the challenge against the likes of Postiga. One throw and headed across to Pepe. Is forward, receives it now, comes deep. Chasing after the ball with the 1-2 there. The cutback was in, looking for Postiga, but again it was a timely intervention by the Northern Ireland captain there. In fact, it was Norwood, Oliver Norwood getting there. A Burnley born player. And Portugal with an opportunity with the rain falling down around Windsor Park. Corner kick in Jean Montigno. This man, 60th international for his country tonight to take the corner kick. And this rain will make a difference. The top surface will become slick. And be a bit of a nightmare for defenders. Portugal, the corner swings in. Oh, it's directed into the net, placed into the net very, very accurately. And Bruno Alves waiting his chance, the 31-year-old. And that's really heartbreak for Northern Ireland, because it was a bit of sloppy defending by them. They just went slightly perhaps to sleep. But that's the breakthrough goal. The breakthrough goal that Portugal were looking for. Really, oh, swung out and nobody picked him up. He was all on his own, Bruno Alves. And he's there to get his 9th international goal for Portugal. Beautifully guided at the instep into the corner of the net beyond the despairing dive of Roy Carroll. Fine, fine score from a very experienced player. Bruno Alves played for Portugal in the World Cup in South Africa, played for them all the games in the European Championships in Poland and Ukraine last summer. Now Portugal have the lead. What difference will that make to the trend of the game? Northern Ireland have to dig in. They can't afford to let the heads drop, because they conceded that goal having played so well in the game. Davis trying to work it out to the far side. De Brunt back in to the captain once more, tries to change the direction to find McGinn. One throw is there, and eventually puts it out for the throw. Northern Ireland pick themselves up now. A quick response is required. Munson, short one. McGinn, Munson working his way in. Set something up. Didn't quite work out for Stephen Davis. His tempo of Ronaldo can't come away with it. Here's Morelos. Morelos has to dig it now. Ronaldo again onto the loose ball. He can step over his trademark move. Postiga. You have to see the movement from the front players for Portugal. That front three really tend to play 4-3-3 more often than not. It's pretty good, all right, but the final ball for them has not been of the best quality at times. Now we have a player down, a free kick to Portugal. Another stoppage. The rain has eased off, as you say that. Mourinho is pushed front, too enthusiastic, handling his man. As the chance now for Portugal to build again from the free kick. Here we go. Ronaldo making the run to the left-hand side, and well, it had to be put out. Hudson had no choice. Had to concede the corner. And a chance now for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's actually going to leave this one. He's going to take that corner kick, but decided not to. He's going into the Northern Ireland penalty area. And Miguel Veloso will take this corner. Plenty to aim at, and that swinging ball at pace again. Northern Ireland half clear it, but only back to the corner taker. Veloso. He's lucky at the end this time when he settles for the throw of Martin Patterson. Gonthrown is going to burn this one towards the danger zone. Coming all the way across, this is back to Gonthrown. Morelos breaking through the cover there. Got to hook it back, plenty of green shirts around, but they have to get strike of the ball as it goes again, and Carroll down smartly to his right. It was just as well he was, because it was struck by Vorinha, the winger from Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. He did well to fire that, was going in target, and Carroll had to be sharp. All his experience coming to the fore there, Roy Carroll. If Northern Ireland conceded a second, you would fear for them. Portugal looking to build again from the back. Gonthrown back once more, and Bruno Alves forward. Continue allowing the ball to go out this time. And just need to get a grip at things again. Not allow Portugal to take control of the game. Thrown again, short ball in, and Ronaldo this time trying to shake off this man, trying to fall away. That's one go, and again it was Macaulay in the right place to make the block for Northern Ireland. Patterson can't get sight of that ball. Gonthrown goes off again. Morelos, Gonthrown, Patterson a little push in the back, but he gets away with it. Referee lets the play go on. Here's Ronaldo once more. His trickery, doubling up on him. Morelos decides to change direction, and that was half blocked, half cleared, and now it can be cleared, and Chris Blunt takes a whack at it, but effective. But they have it again. Vorinha playing it back across the midfield sector. Veloso went out again. Morelos taking control. There's a lot of running to be done to close down the spaces to try and these Portuguese players under pressure, because they do move off the ball all the time, and concentration is of the optimum if you're to have any chance. Pepe again this time venturing forward, trying one in the inside right channel, and again it's knocked away by Brunt. But unfortunate possession from Northern Ireland point of view goes back to Portugal. Macaulay in the way. Controlling it, easing the ball back all the way back to Johnny Evans. But, again, advantage goes to Portugal. Portugal then trying to turn the screw a little more on the home side as the rain comes down once more. Goes out of play this time. The advantage will be Northern Ireland, and Chris Blunt saying there's a bit of play acting going on. Latino by nature, of course, and Postiga's up now, and having he's not too impressed, but certainly Brunt is happy enough his team have the decision from the referee. the throw from halfway, taken quickly. Ronaldo making the run beyond the Northern Ireland defence. But again, the referee has brought it all to a halt. João Pereira not too happy with events at the moment. Northern Ireland have the throw themselves from halfway. Just help that one on. But an Noah Wood involved for Northern Ireland. It's trickled its way out once more. Paulo Bento, the former midfield player, and of course head coach of Portugal, took them to the European finals last time they took over from Carlos Queiroz. Would dearly love to pick them all the way to Brazil. This would be kind of a homecoming for Portugal, and the commonality of language. If we go again, Portugal trying to up the ante and up the pace of the game a little bit, but Hudson gets it away upfield again. Really battle going on with the Northern Ireland forwards up there every time the ball goes up towards Patterson or towards Ward. Still a game and full of running. Left in there a little late. Julie, the free kicker, goes Portugal's way. Lignac interfered with in the referee's eyes. Morelos. Now it's away down again. Short ball is too short. It's in there, and a chance. Portugal in, and Morelos had just swept away from him. Really, goalie doing brilliantly there to just stick a leg and whip that ball away before Morelos could pull the trigger. Northern Ireland on the counter-attack. Shirts coming forward, but they've been pushed back again in order to retain possession. Johnny Evans just working wide to front, and finally comes out against this tower of restraint called Gareth McCauley. Hudson now on this near side. It's meant for Patterson to control it. We'll have another chance. McCauley once more. Over the top, clever ball for Patterson to chase onto, and it needed to be defended, and it was in the end. Pepe had to sort that one out for Portugal. Chance would give players forward again. Hudson again, he's had a good game in that right back position, loves to attack and get forward, but couldn't get his cross away this time. Oh, he's in again, tenacious, a chance, and just swept away from in front of the goal line. And Portugal living a little dangerously now, but they can break quickly on the counter. A little bit of a collision between two in the middle, and the referee is looking for attention and see what's happening there. Stephen Davis claiming the elbow was being used by the Portuguese man, Varinha. The referee taking a name. Something seems to have a bloody mouth for Stephen Davis, but he's in books nonetheless. Dutch referee. The player will feel a little bit aggrieved by that, I would imagine. It's a bit more offended than offender. Watching again now, that goal under their belt. And relax just a little bit. Of course, that Russia are also in action today against Luxembourg in the group. Slippage at all, the Portuguese. We want to hold on to a top spot in Group F. Northern Ireland again to start it all over and build, but that's a loose one. One thrown for Portugal now, venturing forward once more. Morelos. Across the midfield, Ronaldo nips in to take the ball away. The good layoff too from the Portuguese captain. They continue the run, but Carroll is alert. And good safe hands from the Northern Ireland goalkeeper. Sets up the counter-attack. Begin. This cross-field pass from Norwood. Chris Brunt on the far side. Again, Patterson coming showing for the ball as ever. Brunt looks on as Way across, good movement from Northern Ireland, good accurate passing too. McGinn was a percentage ball he put in, and Portugal managed to get it away. Stiga making the run and the jump there, but it's taken away as Niall McGinn goes off again for Northern Ireland. Gets around Quantrell, good play here from Northern Ireland. But again, he just swung the ball over and easily defended. Get another opportunity to begin. He's a tricky customer, still going on McGinn, still he goes. Sheer weight of numbers, Portugal get it away. Northern Ireland just really getting the bit between the two. Orban Norwood trying, but they've been forced back. Macaulay, the crowd, trying to lift the home side here now. You can see the effort they're putting into this. This time they get themselves a throw up this near side. Allison enjoying the joust. Bruno Alves, but it's the Portuguese man's goal that separates these teams. Back it goes again. Hudson charged down to try to get the cross in. Portugal now, Quantrell. And the flick on, but they've given it away now. That's lax from the Portuguese. The early ball head across looking for Patterson, and again had to be defended. And had to be defended ruggedly by Pepe. He's not happy with his teammates at the expense of a corner kick. Forward to that penalty area. Foley as ever is willing to make the run. Goalkeeper comes and he missed it completely. Rui Patizio, and we say about him that very agile, very alert, reads the game well, but sometimes he doesn't command his penalty area as well as he might. And there might be an example. His number one choice of manager Paulo Bento. Themselves in another corner. I think that have stayed up there. Again, waiting to pounce. The ball comes in his direction. The header is good! Oh, it's an own! They've equalised! Northern Ireland have done it, and that man, as we said, Gareth Macaulay, up there in the right place at the right time. A lovely, lovely angled header to put Northern Ireland right back in the ball game. Northern Ireland with a second corner in succession. Gareth Macaulay, his 45th international tonight, and that is his third goal for his country. Portugal they might try to hook it off the line, but he was determined, made his run right into the mix. A lovely angled header into the corner, and the goalkeeper was helpless, as indeed was the defender. So now it's game on in Windsor Park. Northern Ireland giving the crowd what they've craved for now this evening. Having gone a goal down, they're right back in it now at 1 goal each. And the question's been asked of Portugal. Just bunted away, knowing that when he couldn't keep it in play, the linesman. The Dutch assistant referee gives the throw Portugal's way. Michael O'Neill very happy with that, I'm sure. Portugal then pouring forward again, looking to do something with the ball overhit. Postiga no chance of getting near that. They have been wasteful, Portugal. Loads of possession, and well, they're happy all around at the top end here in Windsor Park, dancing for joy. This whole ground about to undergo a major refurbishment in the not too distant future. Something like £26 million sterling has been appropriated for it. And two of the stands are going to come down, and they're going to turn it hopefully into a very modern stadium. And we need a successful team on the pitch, of course, and that's exactly what Michael O'Neill has tried to do with this particular group of players, to make them successful. He's certainly going the right way about it. Again, well, it's hit one wrong this time. Round. This time, Portugal get the throw. And there are plenty of shirts available. The English couldn't make the header. Quantrell goes after the ball, looks for the free kick. The referee says nothing doing. Northern Ireland can break. And there's the ball towards Jamie Moore there, took a bit of a whack for his trouble. He's a game player. Portugal try the luck on the far side. Mourinho again, the winger, trying to feed it to Cristiano Ronaldo. Got taken late, that's going to be a card. He was tackled late there. Chris Brunt. It was the second Northern Ireland player to be booked. They really have to be careful now. Northern Ireland, they don't want to go a man down. Got themselves back into this match. So here's a free kick upcoming for Portugal. Just time for the home support here. Jean Martinho will angle this one into the danger zone. Ronaldo right in the centre. The penalty area just by the penalty spot. Ready to win that. Continues ball in. Northern Ireland gets there first. Helps the ball further. Grealish is lost in the back of this. McCauley, the goal scorer, doing his defensive duties equally adeptly. And Quantrell has to go back after that one. As Portugal start the build-up again with Jean Pereira. Forced to check, he's closed down by midfielders have come deep. Grealish hits it long, crossfield, Ronaldo gets the better of Hudson. Ronaldo trying to flick it back into space and just nobody there to take advantage. That was an inviting ball for Portugal to come on to, one of the midfielders to run onto, but nobody there. Bruno Alves. Again, Portugal trying to build down that far side. They have a throw taken quickly this time. Continue the run. Grealish into it now. Postiga from a deep position. And just off balance as he went to strike that. And Postiga. Portugal can do it a go for him tonight. He's hit 5 goals for them in 7 qualifying games in this group up to this evening. Well, and of course, 6 points on the board going into this match, and there's 12 still to play for in the group. Probably not realistic to say they might get second place, which would put them into a playoff, but you never know. Russia's still a very significant force in the group, and Portugal, the current leaders, likewise. This puts it away. Looking forward to Stephen Davis. Back for it there, the Northern Ireland captain is giving that one away. Portugal again to pick up the pace and go forward. Ronaldo is the target again. He's nipped in between 2 of the Irish defenders. Oh, good save from Carroll again to deny Postiga. Yeah, very smartly indeed. This time Postiga had the shot on target. But now Portugal had the throw right by the corner flag. Oh, the saver there for Northern Ireland. Was very high. Looking to come away with it again. That's good play with it lost out. Grealish. The ball again just put across the and Quantrell trying his luck this time. Just didn't quite happen for them. And again, Carroll in the right place to make the save, the telling save for Northern Ireland. Struck again with a bit of power, but probably straight at the goalkeeper. But nevertheless, he had to make the save. So give credit where it's due, and there's a free kick to Northern Ireland. Postiga into the gamesmanship there. That's silly play from the Portuguese. There'd be a red card. It is a red card. Postiga, absolutely senseless piece of action, and he really has destroyed his team's chances. He's the leading goal scorer in the group, and he goes and does that to throws his head against Gareth McCauley right under the nose of the referee, and it had to be a red card. Really and truly. Ronaldo then has been yellow carded for complaining to the referee as well, so he's going to watch his step. There it is, the incident again. They're just scrapping over a ball, and McCauley kind of threw out an arm as well. But this was that's the silliness of a professional footballer who's been around the block a long time. Albert Postiga, he's 21 years of age, playing with Valencia these days. He knows better, but too late now, he's gone. moment, Portugal and their manager, Paulo Bento, is going to have to get a grip on this, because we're in danger of losing the plot here. And the effect of all of that could be to derail their progress to the World Cup finals. This is a game they really do need to win, or certainly at least draw. Nice with just that little bit ahead as they are. But Russia. Israel, of course, not out of the equation either. It's Chris Brunt now for Northern Ireland. It's going their way, certainly. Back into the game to equalise, and now they're have an extra man. Portugal down to 10. The frustration at Windsor Park it has been for Ronaldo and company. Still plenty of time to play and get back into the game, but they have to concentrate on doing just that. And thrown at the throw. Ronaldo away with the header. He's penalised. He can't any more lip to the referee, because he's already been booked for that very act. Closing stages of this first half. Northern Ireland to the ascendancy. Again they go searching. 1 minute of additional time. Fourth official at the board down below us. So let's see, Michael O'Neill and the Northern Ireland players don't want this half to come to an end, because they're really on the rise here. Themselves another free kick situation deep in Portuguese territory. So it's all happening here in the evening at Windsor Park. Oliver Norwood, Huddersfield Town. It's played as another 17 international for England, but he's going to leave it now. The free kick that is to Shane Ferguson. Left foot in swinging ball. The goalkeeper comes, punches it away. Northern Ireland keep it alive, and eventually Portugal have to hook it clear. The rain coming back down. Northern Ireland on the up. In added time, end of the first half. Well, Russia came here a few weeks ago. Fabio Capella in charge. Got a right shock. Portugal wasn't similarly affected. And the referee does bring the half to an end in the teeming rain in Belfast, but it's been a terrific half for Michael O'Neill. And that man there, Gareth McCauley, scoring that equalising goal for his country with a lovely angled header. And then, of course, he was involved with Helder Postiga and a little off-the-ball incident, resulting in the Portuguese centre-forward being sent off. There's the Portugal score, Bruno Alves, who gave them the lead. Ronaldo is one of the players booked in the game. So Portugal a lot of work to do in the second half. Northern Ireland would say, let's have more of the same. second half there, and everything to play for both these teams. And, Portugal taking that lead, which made them comfortable in the first half, but Northern Ireland hitting back with that terrific equaliser from Gareth McCauley. And Portugal in a moment of madness shown to 10 men when Helder Postiga was shown a straight red card for an off-the-ball incident with McCauley. And the Portuguese with it all to do now. The Selección de Portugal have an uphill task ahead of them. To have all the talent and all the ability, but they're going to have to work that little bit harder. Northern Ireland with a free kick, and Chris Brunt will take this one. Going long once more. McCauley was up there again this time. His feet up, free kick against him, and off go Portugal on a quick counter. Marinha trying to burst forward. Ronaldo now picking it up. Shown a bit too much of that ball. A poor pass there from a player of Ronaldo's calibre to give that one away so cheaply. All around again. Going at it, sticking to the task Oliver Norwood. Brunt on the near side. Pass again makes the run, but the touch just let him down. He's again centre forward, no question about that. Patterson will run, so he drops. Spare no effort. On thrown for Portugal. And a loose ball, and they've been guilty of that for Portugal. Again, that player that cost £30 million when he went to Real Madrid surely can provide better passes than that. Northern Ireland taking it up again on the far side. Now McGinn. 1-2 there with Stephen Davis. Again. Norwood is an enterprising evening so far, bursting through into that penalty area. Down he goes, and there's no one hope for anything else, but he's won a corner. Jamie Ward making that burst for the penalty area. Norwood starting off the move, Ward taking it on, and direct running at the defenders. Yields a corner kick. Ties in the starting lineup tonight with Patterson. Front pairing is so successful against Russia. Pretty good tonight. So here, Northern Ireland with the corner kick down. Shane Ferguson bending ball in. The keeper didn't have to get Morelos coming away for Portugal. He's closed down this time by Stephen Davis, the Northern Ireland captain. McCauley has stayed up following the corner. Northern Ireland have it again. Again, tricky player on the ball. This time he's just edged out of it there by Miguel Veloso. Portugal give it away. McCauley again goes for one from way out, and that really was, shall we say, optimistic in the extreme, but it nearly came off Gareth McCauley, and why wouldn't he? He scored one lovely header tonight, and just saw that Patricio, the goalkeeper, was off his line and tried his luck from almost the halfway line. Portugal again, they need to be vigilant. That would serve as a good warning to the visitors from Iberia. Monthrown letting the ball drop and plays it back to Bruno Alves. Experienced campaigner Alves, but this time his attempt the ball was charged down. A lot of dissatisfaction among some of the Portuguese players with one another. Certainly their passing is left a lot to be desired tonight, not finding the man. Just one of those nights perhaps. It is Ronaldo. Alves once more. Looks to up the line, and again he puts the ball out of play. Apologises. Needs a little bit better. They need to up their game, Portugal, now. They're going to wrest back the initiative from Northern Ireland in this game. Youngster, Northern Ireland. Instead of all of Stephen Davis, the captain, was giving that one away. Portugal again. They're working across. Continue. Morelos, far side, and again, Northern Ireland having to be vigilant, and again they stop the progress of Portugal. Up that far side, Hudson again, very much involved. Ronaldo again, having to come deep to get a side of the ball. Scampering away, trying to get inside now. Borelish takes it up, trying to lay it off. Ball across the penalty, it's hooked away though to safety, and effectively defended by Northern Ireland. And the ball knocked back long by Portugal again, more in hope than anything. And eventually Oliver Norwood launches it long, but Patterson is not going to get there. Portugal once more in possession with Pepe. This time again, it's just symptomatic of what's happening for Portugal tonight. Mourinho this time is losing his way. He made his debut against Israel in the qualifiers in March. The winger. Two knees have been affected by this malaise of misplaced passes as well. And it goes long for Northern Ireland. Again, Shane Ferguson, talking about darting infield, plays it wide instead. Chris Brunt. Jamie Ward once more. He'll have a go. Oh, get in, it took a ricochet. Worrying times for the Portuguese defenders and goalkeeper, but it's a corner for Northern Ireland. Again, very direct play from Jamie Ward. Really gives it everything. This is only his 6th international, but he looks a very seasoned campaigner, and the evidence of tonight. So Northern Ireland 80 minutes of the second half, looking perhaps to take the lead in this tie. The 11 men of Northern Ireland against the 10 of Portugal. Hung up in the air high, the header goes towards goal, it's almost in, it has gone in. Oh, that's a messy goal. From Portugal's point of view, Northern Ireland do not care. They have taken the lead. Portugal, the defence, the goalkeeper did not deal with that ball. And they are going to pay the price now because they find themselves behind in this game. It was kind of bundled over the line indeed. With that ball of energy, known as Jamie Ward, looked to be in the right place to finish it off. And we see it again. And the header eventually towards that net post. Ward right in front of the goalkeeper, took a swing at it. Don't know if he made contact, but the ball came up his body. Ferguson's corner kick launched across. The flick on header from Johnny Evans and Jamie Ward, forcing it over the line. And Northern Ireland have come from a goal behind to lead Portugal by 2 goals to 1. Well, what about that? Crowd, I'd say, can't believe it. But on second thoughts, maybe they can, because look what happens a few short weeks ago against Russia. Now Ronaldo, it's down to the Portuguese captain to lift his team back into this game. They're preparing to make a substitution. The Portuguese, but Northern Ireland have it again and break away themselves on the counter. Patterson is going to make the run, but that ball, not a good one. Alves cuts it out. The goalie, who has been a tower of strength in the back alongside Johnny Evans. There is Evans, the Manchester United centre half, and Chris Brunt of West Brom. Portugal really been stunned here, having had the lead in the game. Now they find themselves 2-1 down. And he is about to make his entrance, the Manchester United winger. So need something special now, Portugal, to bring them back into this game, and he could be the man to provide just that. Pepe heads away in front of his own counter, the ball comes straight back to him, and this time he's bundled over by Patterson. Free kick to Portugal. To make his entrance, and Raul Morelos has been sacrificed. So midfielder for the white man is on. I think 63rd international for Portugal tonight, and he's contributed 13 goals in that time, and he certainly contributed one tonight. If they can get back into this game. Portugal, and the defenders, Northern Ireland come again. The ball knocked across, and nervous stuff there at the back from Portugal, and Jean Pereira had to take no chances there, but it's Northern Ireland who are asking all the questions at the moment. Short corner this time, taken Ferguson out, but he's rushed that one. The ball just carrying away there on the body of Jean-Marc Kenyu. Monaco-based player. It's from Chris Brunt. Taking this one forward to Patterson. He's battling for scraps and they're making the most of what they get in Northern Ireland here. Top surface now with all the rain coming down, quite slick. And the ball is zipping away off it. Patterson isn't going to be able to control that one, much to his frustration. But we run again, as we keep saying, chase things down. But it's Northern Ireland happily in the lead by 2 goals to 1. Still the early stages of this second half. With Alves playing that ball into midfield towards Orosu. Pepe in possession. Again, the little play ones in the inside right channel. Breaks down, Patterson is away on the run. Ward making the charge this time. Patterson catching up with him now. But these are anxious and nervous moments for the Portuguese defenders. O'Neill is a happy manager, that you can be sure of. He's played his first win as an international head coach a few weeks ago. At the time of asking. Just tonight, his 11th game in charge, Michael O'Neill. So he doesn't ask for any more from these particular players out there on the pitch. They've given him everything. Portugal will indeed take a leaf. Northern Ireland's book at the moment is passing, looks to make a nuisance of himself again. He's got 2 defenders trying to tie them up in knots, and Patterson wins a free kick. That's the threat he poses. He just run, and knows no fear is Martin Patterson. Around the course, it's Huddersfield base now. He's played for Stoke City and Burnley, and he's always scored goals all his career. Against him, finding that before this evening is done in Windsor Park. Northern Ireland had another great chance to maybe kill the game off if they could get a 3rd goal. And they've worked on these in the training ground. Evans will be calling it just on the house having a conference. It's going to be Chris Brunt to fire this ball in. Portugal is good from free kicks, scores from free kicks for West Brom. Has a go! Deflected slightly. Goalkeeper did well to hold on to that one. But certainly Northern Ireland full of confidence and endeavour at the moment, and why wouldn't they be? Portugal start again. Moving the ball across, and they just come into that central position to get involved in the action at the moment. Pereira, Nani in possession now. Doubling up on him. Still Nani going forward, trying to get the best. He just signed a new 5-year contract with his club Manchester United during the week, Nani. So he knows that he's security of employment for the next while. And I'm sure he wants to go as much as any player on the pitch to those World Cup finals in Brazil next summer. That's the priority tonight. Portugal then with the corner. Then they get back into the game. Again, it's an Northern Ireland head meets the ball. McGinn tries to help it on its way. Portugal again having to dig in from Brown. That central position now. And he launches one with the goalkeeper, and it's a good pair of safe hands shown by Roy Carroll. His 9th club now, the Enniskillen man. Carroll really has been around and vastly experienced. And Quantrell has been yellow carded by the referee to add to a previous card, so he this is their next outing, which indeed will be against Israel in October. Portugal go from here, from Northern Ireland, out to the United States, where they play Brazil in a bit of a pin-up friendly match in Foxborough outside Boston on Tuesday next, and then they have away games against Israel and Luxembourg next month to complete their program. They have played a game more than Russia and Israel, so that's why they need to get something from this game tonight. But Northern Ireland are doing their level best to prevent that happening. And we have still the best part of half an hour to play in this World Cup qualifier in Windsor Park, Belfast. Northern Ireland leading by 2 goals to 1. Oh, that was a hefty challenge. It could be a red card from the referee. That could be curtains from a Northern Ireland point of view. No, the yellow he's produced. I thought he was going to reach for red. And Chris Brunt. And now he's shown a red card. Well, it's all Brunt. I thought he'd shown yellow first, but he took the yellow in his pocket when he was booking somebody else in the Portuguese. But Chris Brunt sent off for a second yellow card, and really it's about a possibility that could derail Northern Ireland's challenge here tonight. In very late, two-footed in the end against Jean Pereira, and really it was a bit of a silly challenge, very late from Chris Brunt. Mind you, the slippy surface might have helped him, but he's distraught as he goes off. So we've now had a player from each side dismissed by the referee from the Netherlands in this game. Both sides down to 10 men. So here we go, free kick it is for João Montinho and Portugal. Can they get back on level terms from this? Montinho sizing up, swings it in high. Northern Ireland headed away comfortably. And again Macaulay fit for the task in that central defensive position. Portugal again, Veloso having to twist and turn to get away. That's a short one to Pereira. And now Nani on this near side. Again, the taking on the defenders. Now he goes inside, Nani. Needs to keep the possession. The flip ball forward. Quantrell's gone into the penalty area, trying to beat it down, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Truly, referee showing the yellow card there, and then it's to Roy Carroll, the Northern Ireland goalkeeper. So certainly this referee is issuing the cards with gay abandon, it would seem, at the moment. In fact, he's only on the FIFA list for a couple of seasons. In his very first game was a championship Champions League qualifying match. He was reputed to have given out 10 yellow and 3 red cards in one game. So when they follow suit tonight, time will tell. There's a policeman, as we said, from the Netherlands. There's the referee Danny Kelly. Now Northern Ireland trying to get away from the red shirts, but dwelling on the ball a little too long there. And off they go, Portugal again with Pereira. Nani again on this right hand side. But he get the early cross, goes for that goal line, and the ball has gone beyond him, and a play for Northern Ireland goal kick. So even Nani's trickery not coming off at the moment on this wet surface at Windsor Park. The rain intensifying with 19 minutes now gone in the second half. And Portugal making a second change. Paulo Bento looks worried there, the coach on the right. And he has to pull something out of the fire here to keep his team's qualifying ambitions alive. Really, really difficult. That's Oliveira replaces football and Ren. Will be joining us shortly in the field of play. And this time, Northern Ireland in the meantime have a throw on that far side. Change now. And it's Oliveira is coming on for Portugal, and it's the relatively inexperienced Arinha from Wolfsburg is coming off. Steady the ship a little bit, keeping possession of the ball and build up some momentum. Things evened up now, 10 men against 10. Ali again, the receiver. The wide side decides to cut in once more. See the water just coming up to the ball, so the surface holding the water at the moment, which makes it kind of interesting if you're a defender. Really trying to thread a pass through it and come off. And go again. Eventually get the ball away and out of play to safety. Portugal, quick throw. Ball in field again and continue. Short pass to Pepe across the field once more for Veloso. Veloso again to continue. Portugal trying to seize the moment. Northern Ireland, everybody back behind the ball at the moment. Good defending. There's a shot. Oh, Carroll. Well, this one-handed save from Roy Carroll. Just got his hands on that ball. Terrific goalkeeping there from the Northern Ireland goalkeeper. That ball looked like it was zeroing into the top corner. Really struck with power and venom. And, well, Carroll just got there, didn't he? He really did. Miguel Veloso with the strike. And now Kyle Lafferty is going to be introduced by the Northern Ireland manager. And Miguel Veloso. That stinging shot just a moment ago. And Niall McGinn is coming off. Surprised that, because he's really been a thorn in the side of Portugal all right, but Kyle Lafferty, a big traditional centre forward, and a real physical presence now for the Portuguese defenders to have to deal with. So certainly pulled off a couple of smart saves in the first half to Roy Carroll. That was an exceptional one to keep his team in front in this game. So he's well in the process, but he's carrying on. Bravely carrying on. Ireland face Luxembourg away on Tuesday, and then 2 further games away, both the way to Azerbaijan and finally Israel in the month of October. Both of those latter two ball into play, and again it's going to be Portugal's set piece. Corner kick flying again to that Northern Ireland penalty area. Rain continuing here at Windsor Park. The header's down, it's the back of the net. Oh, that's the equalising score. Ronaldo just peeling off his man off the front post. Northern Ireland hadn't protected the near post, and he's only got his second goal of his qualifying campaign. Scored his only previous goal in the first game, the very first qualifier against Luxembourg. But there he peeled off his man, and Kyle Lafferty had just come onto the field of play, trying to mark him and pick him up. But Ronaldo has put Portugal back in the ball game with a deft header. It's now Northern Ireland 2, Portugal 2. Well, he's a man of goals. The wonder is that they've been so few and far between in this particular qualifying campaign. Well, he's already going for a Putin to earn something like 12 million euros a year. He justified that one great style last year with 60 goals in all competitions for Real Madrid, setting and breaking all sorts of records. But now the Portuguese captain has pulled one out for his country when they needed it. He's on the ball again. So we really have a game and a half in our hands now. What a qualifier this has turned out to be tonight. As Miguel Veloso goes up again, a chance perhaps, and again it's a decent block by Northern Ireland defence. Johnny Evans in the way this time. Portugal have it again, and Ronaldo goes down in the challenge with no free kick. And Northern Ireland break up the play and get the ball away to go on the counter-attack, but that's going to be picked up there by Bruno Alves. And now it's Portugal getting a grip again on the game, which they had lost there earlier on. Swinging the play from left to right and trying to drag the Northern Ireland defenders out of position. Michael Lean, the manager, will tell them to keep their shape at all costs, because it's vitally important against a ball-playing team like Portugal. Miguel Veloso again. Short ball back, and again there. Continue looking to exert even more pressure on the home defence. The far side again, it's gone, and Pereira plays it into Russo again. Young Russo. Gonthrown. Switched into more midfield roll down, push forward in this second half. Defending well. Out on that far side, Nani, no way through for him. And settled for the throw. There's the hero of the minute, Cristiano Ronaldo. The man from Madeira, the island of Madeira. And now Northern Ireland want to make another change. And Michael O'Neill deciding he needs fresh legs out there. Corey Evans from Blackburn Rovers, younger brother of Johnny Evans, coming on for Northern Ireland, replacing Jamie Ward, who has run himself to a standstill. Great game has Jamie Ward. Now it's precarious, the game balanced on a knife edge. Here they come on the counter-attack, steaming forward now. Northern Ireland again looking for something. And they just couldn't control the ball, and it came to his foot that time. Could have been good. Never just hesitating, that ball dropped there, and Ronaldo could be away from him, but he recovers well. The Manchester United man knows Ronaldo from his time at Old Trafford, of course. I'm sure he played against him many times in the training ground. And certainly recovered brilliantly there, Johnny Evans. Northern Ireland going long again, looking for Lafferty to use his physical presence. They have themselves a throw. To get on with this, just taking a breather. Lafferty, thick on ball from him, and an opportunity perhaps to get one across. It's beaten away. And Cafe looking to get out with it, but he's had it taken away from him too. Again, Northern Ireland looking on the far side. Portugal having to be busy about their work, and they'll put it out of play for a Northern Ireland throw. Early ball just signals going astray. Lafferty not in the same wavelength as his man, and that's the result. Now Northern Ireland again down the right side, ball over the top. Patterson making that run again, forcing the defender to make a decision. All right, Thomas. Portugal pressing down the far side. Ball knocked high and into the penalty area. And Ronaldo went down, so it was a slip more than a push. And the rain beating down, ball out of play on this near side this time. And Northern Ireland about to make their final change. And Chris Baird coming on, a man who's short on football. Shane Ferguson being called ashore. That's the clearance from Johnny Evans. The ball being carried by the goalkeeper. Work from Shane Ferguson. Chris Baird was released by Fulham at the end, as you saw there at the end of the season. As he has to find a new club, he's been trying to be Queen's Park Rangers, we believe. He's certainly short of match time. To his experience, Michael O'Neill will hope will come to the fore here. Fortunately, keeping Northern Ireland pinned back now on that third and pitch off to our right. Ball launched high again, a flick header, it's in the back of the net, and nothing Carroll could do about it this time. Ronaldo, well, he really has chosen to come to life in the second half with his second goal of the night, and another header. In fact, a lot of his goals are headers. He's quite a big lad, Cristiano Ronaldo, 6 foot plus, and he really has played the captain's part tonight, led by example, and pulled his team, hauled them by the bootlaces, got them right back into this game. Again, he wasn't picked up and angled perfectly into the corner beyond the dive of Roy Carroll, and Portugal now lead by that amazing scoreline, and they can say for themselves now 3-2 against Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland came back from a goal down to level things up with 1-0 at Macaulay's header in the first half, and then Jamie Ward firing them into the lead early in the second half, only for Ronaldo now to cancel out that lead and restore Portugal's advantage with a brace of goals now in this second half. So people who came to just maybe see Cristiano Ronaldo in the flesh are certainly going to be disappointed with his contribution in the second half. His second and third goals in this qualifying campaign. Northern Ireland perhaps aren't done yet. They have some fresh legs on the pitch now, and they're going to have to give it their all for the final 12 minutes or so of this qualifying game. Portugal, the team ranked number 7th in the FIFA World Rankings. Northern Ireland 109th. It's quite a gulf there in those rankings. Michael O'Neill looks a little despondent at the moment. Hard to blame him. The team have battled so well. He knows that better than anyone. Now the sheer individual talent and brilliance of Ronaldo is the difference between the sides. At this point in time, Johnny Evans battling for possession there, and goes down in the challenge. And, certainly Nelson Oliveira in heftily there on the Manchester United player. Free kick taken by Northern Ireland. During the week about Cristiano Ronaldo's participation in this game, suffering from a slight thigh injury, also coming from the Portuguese camp. And even earlier today, match day, there was a story put out that he wasn't going to play, but he certainly has, and how he has played in the second half. There's 2 goals. And Lafferty involved, and there's a yellow card and a red card from the referee. And well, this referee has a reputation for issuing cards, but it's all becoming the wheels falling off the wagon at the moment here for Northern Ireland. Carl Lafferty has only been on not that long as a substitute, wildly in there on the surface on his man. He just launched himself in the tackle, got it very, very wrong, very late on Jean Pereira, and the referee decided enough is enough, off you go, and Northern Ireland will have a second player now dismissed. the centre of attention here. He's not making himself flavour of the evening here with the home crowd at Windsor Park. A little bit stunned by what's happened here, the whole thing unravelling for Northern Ireland. They led at one point in this half. And then the Portuguese are now behind, and 2 men sent off as well to go with it. Portugal 1 sent off. The Portuguese have numerical advantage once more as they look to copper fast their lead with Miguel Grosso across the centre field and play forward again. And on this near side, the man who was fouled there, Jean Pereira. Martini just playing it short, and Pepe once more. Bruno Alves having a stretch to control that one. Portugal looking a good bet now for the point, you would think. Quintrao goes up on a storming run now to the middle of the island, breaking left. Down he goes, he gets tagged. He's in front of the penalty here, and that's going to be a free kick. And yet another card been issued by the referee. And Oliver Norwood this time, falling foul of the official from the Netherlands. And again, it was from behind, and referees will always certainly pull out a card in those circumstances. Oliver Norwood, the latest player to be booked. And a free kick in a threatening position now to Portugal upcoming. This man can bend them, as we know, from all sorts of angles. Ronaldo. Time all the while ticking down, and Northern Ireland, well, they have battled in every sense of the word tonight. Shown a lot of enterprise and some skill as well to take the lead in the game. This is the man on a hat-trick now, Cristiano Ronaldo, looking for his 3rd goal of the second half. Certainly anxious moments for Roy Carroll on the goal line there. Well, here comes Ronaldo now, strikes it low, and he finds the back of the net. And the superstar from Madeira completes his hat-trick here, and no doubt about the winners now of this tie. The points are going back to Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo doing what he does really well. Threading it through the wall. There was a gap in the wall. Just breaking through that gap in the wall, and Carroll didn't see it till too late. And on that slippery surface as well. No doubt about the outcome. Cristiano Ronaldo, the hat-trick man, the captain of Portugal, and his team proudly atop of Group F now as a result of this performance. He certainly left his goal scoring late in the campaign, but certainly important goals they are tonight. You see off the very game and brave challenge of Northern Ireland. Windsor Park is pretty silent now, as you would imagine. Portugal finally coming good. One player in particular, of course, leading that fight back for them, their captain. Oliveira tried to make a charge at goal. Now the defenders almost get themselves in a mess, but recover in time. Julian gets the ball away. Off to Northern Ireland to try and create something for themselves. Stephen Davis, the captain, just laying it off, and Martin Patterson. But it's hard work out there when you're 2 men short from the men in those green shirts of Northern Ireland. Again, going down that far side is to break Lee Hudson. And then comes in that midfield section Oliver Norwood. Norwood again, interesting play there. Under 17 international for England at one stage in his career against, would you believe, Portugal. And unfortunately the flag up for offside against Patterson. And Northern Ireland forced to retreat. And it must be hard for those players to keep it going in the rain now, knowing that they're, as it were, a beaten ticket at this point of the night. Portugal leading by 4 goals to 2 with less than 5 minutes of normal time to play. Russia and Israel in the group. That's why it was important they took the points from this game tonight from their perspective. So this will live up to 17 points, and it keeps them at the head of the group. Only one loss in Group F. That was to the out-and-out favourites at the start in Russia. They went down. And then they come now, raiding again up that left-hand side, looking to improve their goal difference. Beating the likes of Azerbaijan and Luxembourg and Russia. A 1-1 draw against Northern Ireland and Porto back in October. Tonight they have proved to be a better team. The only difference between the sides is one Cristiano Ronaldo, which just played out across that centre half. Ronaldo coming deep, receiving now. And then just cuts in the field. You can see sparkling talent that he is, because he can just have an indifferent period in the game as he had maybe in the first half. Things weren't going his way, and he just come really to the fore in the second half. Against Miguel Alonso. He's playing possession football now, playing down the clock with 3 minutes of normal time to go. Pepe. Nani getting involved now, coming out from his wide position. Miguel Veloso again. Pepe once more. The same pattern repeats itself. Portugal is stroking the ball around Windsor Park now, and Northern Ireland having to chase the shadows under the floodlights here. The rain eased off a little bit, still coming down, but not as intensely as before. Nani for Portugal. And they just patient build up and all about keeping that possession. And Portugal, of course, had to qualify for the previous two tournaments, both by the playoff route. It looks like they might go one better on this occasion, but still a lot of football to be played in the group. Anything can happen, and with Russia and even Israel still posing a threat, they can not be overconfident, but all they can do is win every game that comes their way, and that's what they're doing here in Belfast tonight. Rivera just having one in more an optimistic shot than anything. That kind of range, but in these conditions probably worth a go. Paulo Bento wants to make another change to give some game time to one of the substitutes, as Northern Ireland take up the play now themselves inside their own half. Corey Evans, substitute in this second half. We're working out. Patterson is down this near side, making the run on the touchline, now receiving the ball. Patterson, short ball back there, and still trying to get something out of the game in a way of consolation at this stage. Trying to do what Portugal were doing a moment ago, but they're doing it in their own half at the moment, which is not very effective, and the ball eventually goes astray. Portugal can make that change, and Ruben Amorim, the Benfica player, is coming on for the final few minutes of the game. And the hat-trick man and the captain is going to be wrapped up in cotton wool, because they're taking off Ronaldo. And he's done his job, more than done his job tonight. And the travelling Portuguese support showing their appreciation for their superstar player. Cristiano Ronaldo, the hat-trick man tonight, 3 goals, all in the second half, to put the result beyond any doubt against Northern Ireland, and getting a rich round of applause from the travelling Portuguese support, some of whom have travelled up from Dublin and down south for this game. Paulo Bento will be a relieved coach this evening. His team have come good, because at one point they were 2-1 down to Northern Ireland early in the second half. Portugal again just take it up in a bit of a canter now as they play out time. We're hitting stoppage time now, and there's going to be 4 minutes of additional time to play. 4 minutes of frustration for Northern Ireland, really. They'd probably be happier if the whistle went anytime soon. Again, Portugal just keeping the possession of the ball, and looking to just keep Northern Ireland away from any heroics late in the day here. Pepe. Patient play from the Portuguese. Northern Ireland to get everybody behind the ball, try to just get an interception or a block in that could give them possession. But Portugal very much in control of matters now. Back into that continue midfield sector, and it goes there to Ruben Amorim, one of the substitutes in the second half. Again, they launch one into the Northern Ireland penalty area, and a bit of a slip there. And Carroll suggesting that perhaps the player there had taken a little bit of a dive at the penalty here, João Pereira. Maybe he slipped, the Valencia man, only of Benfica. Carroll, who was heroic at times tonight with some of the goal-keeping saves that he did pull off, but very little he could do about any of the goals. It was a defensive lapse on Northern Ireland's part that allowed Ronaldo in on 2 occasions for headers. So it's a pretty frustrating night for Michael O'Neill and the Northern Ireland team. They're looking to play their way out from the back. Deep into stoppage time at the end of this game. Over this near side now, and Chris Baird getting a touch and helping the ball on into midfield. And just helping it further afield. Northern Ireland up to Patterson, who's really had a go from the first whistle tonight. He's been game, he's been trying to make a nuisance of himself and Harry and Hassel, those Portuguese centre halves. But, he certainly has run himself ragged, Martin Patterson. This time the ball evades him, and it's going to drift usefully down for Rui Patricio, the goalkeeper. He's been a player of the year twice in a row at Sporting Club de Portugal. And he certainly had his moments tonight as well when things didn't go his way. But it's worked out in the end by the look of things for Portugal. Pepe again now launches the long one. Nani makes the run behind the defender. Trying to unsettle the Northern Ireland defence. There's a late goal in it for Portugal here. Nani still in possession. Still Nani, a bit of trickery in the penalty area for the Manchester United player, and slots it back and a chance to shoot for goal, and it's, well, cleared up the line literally and out for the corner kick. Trickery to perfection, and Ruben Amorim, the substitute, or one of the others, coming onto it and out for the corner. And there goes the final whistle. It has been a night of frustration for Northern Ireland, but this man, Cristiano Ronaldo, the hero, once again for Portugal, a hat-trick, 3 goals in the second half when his team were 2-1 down to Northern Ireland. He brought them right back into it and really played the captain's part, led by example, and, well, he just got clear of the Northern Ireland defence on too many occasions, and you cannot give him that amount of room. And headers, of course, are his trademark. 2 goals with the head from him, and the third a trademark free kick. Michael O'Neill dejected, and he knows his team gave it everything. He couldn't have asked for any more from those players, and the players dedicated their win against Russia a few weeks ago to the manager. So there's good things to come still for Northern Ireland, but it's all about Portugal here tonight. They're the happy team, and they'll be going back with 3 points safely secured in their attempts and efforts to qualify for the World Cup finals in Brazil. And certainly Bruno Alves setting them on their way with the opening goal in the game, but Northern Ireland coming back into it through McCauley, Jamie Ward early in the second half, giving Northern Ireland a 2-1 lead. But then it all sort of kicked off, really. We had players sent off. We had certainly Chris Brunt sent off for a late challenge, and we also certainly had Before that, we had Helder Postiga, Portuguese centre forward, also shown a red card. And then Kyle Lafferty at the end, towards the end of the game, also dismissed, the substitute for Northern Ireland. So it all came off the rails for Michael O'Neill's team. And he has the match ball. He's the hero.